The American Midwest, everybody, on the 4th of July. It doesn't get much more American than that. Now, the Chino brothers being on the East and West Coast don't know a lot about the Midwest. So I traveled back to Eastwood Field, where I once saw the Mahoning Valley Scrappers play against the Auburn Doubledays. And if you're wondering what team that is, that's where my man Ernie played semi-professional baseball. And at the end of the night, of course, they had fireworks because Phantom Fireworks is right there. So you go from there to all the way down to Tiny Box Vape Shop in Kennedy. Now listen, folks, normally I tell you numbers when I'm coming through here. But today, numbers don't mean anything because we got Ern Dollaz coming up on this show, and I am so excited. Hey, Leon, what do you know about Ern Dollaz?
Ern Dollaz was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays.
That is true, and he played for their farm team. Brandon, what do you know about Ernie?
Ernie's brother Kiki was the Popo.
He is the Popo. So if you need a ticket, take it off of your record. Talk to Kiki, everybody. Don't know if he can help, but what I can tell you is going to help is season 1, episode 18 of the Chino brothers. What's up, Ern?
Yeah, fire.
What did you think of that, dude?
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
every time, dude. That was sick.
That took me all day to produce in between doing that and like managing the shop. It took me all day. And I was thinking, if Ernie doesn't show up on the show tonight, we're going to play this anyways. And then we're just going to bag on him the entire time. We're just going to be like, you know how small Ernie's wiener is? Let me tell you about it. But he did show up. So
thank goodness.
I hope he likes that intro as much as I was bragging it up. When we were in the green room, you guys, I was bragging it up to Ernie. Well, Adlai had already seen it. I was just like, oh, you got to see this intro, man. I lit this intro up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, how was your 4th, homeboy?
Dude, it was great. It was a fun time. It was just chilling, man. I mean, we didn't do much except just kind of hang out by the pool. And in California, in Bakersfield, the basic fireworks are legal. So, you know, they go 3 feet off the ground. I mean, there's a limit on how high they can go up. The best part is, though, there's tons of illegal fireworks as far as entertaining and stuff. Obviously, don't do them. They're dangerous. You will get fined for it. But you'll sit there with your little 3-foot thing, but just next door, and they're going like 50 feet up in the air. It's
all right,
insane.
let me get this straight. So you're allowed to have like the Piccolo Pete's. Oh, man, I'm making this thing pop. You're allowed to have the Piccolo Pete's. You're allowed to have like the snakes. You're allowed to have the sparklers. You're allowed to have the fountains, but no lady fingers, and no
M80s,
rockets,
no bottle rockets, no Roman candles, nothing that shoots
no
over
Roman
60
candles.
Nothing. Yeah, none of that. So
what do you live in freaking communist China, dude? What's going on?
Yeah. So, but they go off, and the crazy part is, I even put a Facebook post on there at 8 a.m. on the 4th of July. They're already shooting off fireworks. I don't know what the point is in the daytime because you can't see them. You can hear them, but yeah, you can't see nothing. All you hear is, you're like, what's the point? But at night, all night long, I mean, it goes on and on. 3, 4 in the morning, there's fireworks shooting off. And it doesn't matter what part of town you live in. In Pittsburgh, where do you go for illegal fireworks? I mean, we can be in Vegas in 4 hours and you can get
you don't
need
illegal. Yeah, you don't need illegal fireworks in Pittsburgh. Most things are legal now, even cakes. So what cakes are mortars. You light a ball, you drop it down this mortar, and it shoots up and it looks like the ballpark, like the type of fireworks they use in a city. You know what I mean? So those are legal, but they didn't used to be legal. So you'd have to go to Ohio. But if you had a Pennsylvania driver's license, then they'd only sell you certain fireworks. But I still have an Arizona driver's license, Adlai.
Oh, so they're all like, whatever you want.
Yeah, so I have not gotten my Pennsylvania license yet. I've been here for 18 years. Yeah, because you know how like they don't expire forever.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to what I'm saying. So Vicky says, "Hello guys. I spent, you know what, one 4th of July I spent with Vicky and her family because that's Brandon's mom, and Brandon has a firework guy. Like Brando has like a homeboy
connected,
and every year he buys from the same cat. Dude, this cat had so many mortars that year, and he's just firing them off. We had a blowtorch, and we're lighting these mortars. Boom, boom. Dude, his little nephew was lighting these mortars. Little nephew's 9 years old, right? But we're in the Rocks, and the Rocks is kind of like, It's a lower blue collar neighborhood,
Okay.
like a tough Irish neighborhood you'd see in Rocky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Add the ghetto to that. That's the rocks. So we're lighting these things off, bro. And the popo shows up, but Brandon had got a permit, and then Brandon's brother, Brandon's brother starts walking up wild on this cat. Oh, Brandon's watching.
There he is.
Brandon's brother starts walking up wild on this cat, dude. But Brandon's brother had been sipping a little bit. Brandon's brother John, and when he starts sipping, he gets a little wild, you know. So he was in his cups. He starts walking up on the popo. Brando cuts him off, gets in front of this cat. I'm walking with Brandon's nephew, and Brandon's nephew looks at me and goes, I think this looks weird. He's 9. He's holding a blowtorch. I was like, that does look weird. Let me handle that.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
But check this out. So this 4th of July, though, I was in Youngstown, Ohio, as you saw from the video. So like, I like getting away to Youngstown, but I always stay in like the real nice suburbs of Youngstown. I've never been like amongst Youngstonians. So I'm like, hey man, you know, I've seen in the movies, they got these festivals. Everybody comes out, does the corn dance and like all the cowgirls and like everybody's having a good time. You know what I mean? You see that in the movies, right? Like all that cool stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I want to get down with this type of thing, right? So Brando's like, look, man, you got to look up a festival. Don't look for fair because they're called festivals. Now, Brandon, he's from Punxsutawney, so he knows this country stuff, right? So I'm like, all right, word. So I look up a festival, bro. I take my family to the festival. You saw at the beginning of that video for Ernie where like we're walking through, you see all the food vendors. Yep. The fattest people I've ever seen in my life, bro. Every one of them, dude. Every one of them. I'm like, bro. And on top of it, I'm like, you knew you were coming outside. You knew people were going to see what you were wearing, and that's what you chose. That's what you chose. Like, I mean, I could understand if like a robber came in my crib and they had my kids held up and I had to just throw something on and run downstairs to defend my family. But if I know I'm going to the busiest event in Youngstown, I'm not wearing what these people wear. You ever seen this People of Walmart website?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody from that website was at that country fair I was at this weekend, son. And then they follow me to the baseball game. Now I'm a little curious because Ern Dollaz, he used to play minor league baseball at that park. In fact, I saw him play baseball at that park. And I seen this movie called Brewster's Millions. Yep. It was about a minor league baseball player. You remember that one?
Absolutely.
From back in the day?
Oh yeah, with the oh my gosh, the comedian. Oh my gosh. I'm drawing a blank. Radio brain kicking in. Super hilarious guy, the guy that blew up his face. Richard Pryor. Yes.
You see how like leaving you hanging on the vine? I couldn't remember Richard Pryor's name anyway. But anyways, they were minor league baseball players, and they used to have these groupies in each town. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, bro, if I was in this town, I would skip it. I would skip it, dog. There was, whoo, my goodness. Bro, I'm telling you, man, Brandon did not prepare me for this type of thing, man. I'm pretty unsettled by it. I'm not going to lie to you. Because you see the movies, dog, and when you're in the movies, it's like all the cute farm girls came out, and you see all the young men, you know, chivalrous, and, you know, y'all know how to play the fiddle and all this stuff. And that's what I'm expecting. No, dude, it was the people of Walmart, son. I mean, very, 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 very unattractive, very, very, very large people. Then I was like, man, are we that fat in the city? And everybody who I'm talking to goes, well, it's like everybody's a fatty so-and-so. Like there's this one cat. We don't call him fatty so-and-so, but I don't want to say his name because he's a big guy. And so I said, we must not be that big. And they go, why? And I go, because we have a marker of the one person who's actually that big. And dude, I'm promising you, Adlai, 70% of these people were that big. I mean, big, bro. I'm like, vegetables.
Dude, it can't be healthy, man. Vegetables. I mean, even out here too. You go to the fair. What's the food? You know what I mean? You got the big turkey leg. We got a pork chop on a stick. I mean, you know, we've got chocolate covered bacon. We've got deep fried Kool-Aid. None of that. That's how
you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get down like that at those one events, son. You're not supposed to get down like that all year round. That's where the rub comes. These cats think this is a Tuesday for them. It's like, look, man, I've been fasting. I fasted for 3 days last week. I didn't eat any solid food for 3 days. You want to know why? Because I want to have a funnel cake. I want to have a fried Twinkie. I want to have what I want to have, but I sure as crap don't want to look like you. I can't tell who the husband or the wife is, man. Y'all both got the swing low sweet chariots. You dig where I'm going on that? I mean, swing low, son.
Yeah, and you got to wear tight clothes too. That's another thing I remember too. Tight clothes. And it's like, oof. I'll go up to double XL. I'll go up to Moo before you see a lot of skin when the gut starts hanging out.
All right. But here's my question for you. Do they look in the mirror before they go and go, yeah, that's it? Because like I changed my clothes several times. Dude, I promise you, I thought more about what I wore on this podcast tonight than these people think about what they're going out on the busiest day. They're going to see all their townsmen. This is a small place. You're going to see all your townsmen wearing that Rick and Morty thong or whatever it is you got from Spencer's or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, do you think they thought about it, bro? Or you think they were just like, oh, well.
Poor Rick and Morty just choking up in there. Ooh, that's a nasty image. Oh, my goodness.
No, I'm being honest. Do they look in the mirror and go, this is it? I look dope. Or is it like, who gives a crap? What do you think they're thinking?
I think at some point, if you're in a couple, in a relationship, and you've seen your partner's giving up, you're probably just, oh, well, I might as well eat a lot more and not worry about it, and we'll be chunky and happy together. That's all we can do.
Dude, these people didn't look happy to me, son. These people didn't look happy to me. They look very unhappy. Dude, we're talking about people smoking long cigarettes with their kids, like, Mama, I just want an extra, milkshake. Shut up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not exciting me.
That's sad.
Dude, it's so weird, bro. When you see that, because you see like this extreme poverty, and then you see people with like country wealth that like just walk through the fair like, look at me. Dude, two guys almost hit my freaking son with their car when they were driving because he's running around in the grass, and they pull up, and I'm about to get ghetto. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm probably not supposed to do that here. But in my mind, I'm like, bro, I got a knife in my pocket. You got 4 tires.
Yeah.
One of us might not make it home tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyways, yeah, dude. And not by me stabbing him, by me cutting his tires, just in case you guys didn't get the gist of what I meant by that. But anyways, yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. People likes to eat. 4th of July was dope. We were going to talk about public pools, but I think I'd rather have Adlai's answer. Come on, man. Do they look in the mirror and go, I look good? Or do they look in the mirror and they're like, what are you going to do?
They look at, I think they look in the mirror and say, you know what? This used to fit me. I can still squeeze in it, but I know I'm going to this festival and they're going to have a ton of food and I'm going to eat, and I can start my diet tomorrow. If I'm even thinking about it, who cares? Even, dude, I went to the doctor and said, yeah, you got a little bit of high cholesterol. So I'm like, all right. And they're like, you got to cut out bacon, red meat, fast food, cheese, all this stuff. And I'm like, and she's all, the other option is you can start taking these pills next time if it stays up. And I'm like, well, so those people are thinking, hey, there's a pill for that. There's a pill for that. There's a pill for that. Me, I'm actually switching to turkey bacon, but dude, it's easy. And your doctor, your insurance will cover it. Your copay's $2.
Dude, I don't eat 3 days a week so that I don't end up being an old man with horrible health problems.
Yeah.
Like 3 days a week, I eat nothing. And then the days that I do eat, I'm like, sweet. I've got some kale and egg salad.
Yes.
Protein and high fiber. Like, and I'm not expecting everybody to eat that way or even look that way or whatever. But bro, I'm telling you, these cats at the fair were gigantic.
Yeah.
I remember also that when you're talking about there's an outfit that you used to wear, like girls will see an outfit and be like, oh, I used to look good in this. Remember there was that DJ that used to wear for Hot 98.3 and she used to dress in those outfits? What was that? If you remember her name, don't say it, but don't you remember?
I remember. So I thought it was a sales. There was a sales girl that always had her skinny picture.
She was a DJ.
So this is what I used to look like.
No, she was a DJ and she'd come over from the Point. She worked at the Point also.
I don't remember that. I do not remember.
All right. Well, maybe Ernie will remember. So guess what? It's been 14 minutes. I just put together that video. Took me all day when I wasn't trying to figure out how to handle the shop. Let's bring Ernie on, man. We've been talking about this man for 16, 17 episodes. We need to get him on.
Dollaz. Look at this guy. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Can we get a close up of Ern Dollaz real quick? Come on with it. Let's just see. Look at this. Man, look at it. He's got the fancy soundproofing and everything too.
No, that's not all fancy. That's about as good as it gets right there. For a home studio.
Did you steal that from the station?
Oh, no, never.
Dude, you saw my soundproofing right now, Ern, you'd be like, oh, ghetto.
No, I didn't steal it, man. I promise. Hey,
Dollaz.
Dude, that intro, I loved it, bro. I loved it. And it totally hit me like, oh, that's right. He went to one of my games in Mahoney Valley. We played the Scrappers. That was my rookie year in the minor leagues, man. And you had just moved out there, and you drove up. And I remember, man, and I remember how happy I was to see you, how much it meant to me, because I'm away from home and I haven't seen friends or family, and I hadn't seen you in a while, and it was just really cool, man, to just have you at the game, and it felt special, man. I appreciated that.
Oh,
Hey,
Ern, you're too kind.
Yeah, we should just kind of preface that too with Ern Dollaz, when he went to U of A, was on the baseball team.
Right.
And if you don't know that, I mean, because that clicked another memory too. You got drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays. And I remember that when that came up in your video, Mike, I was like, holy crap, that's right. Ern Dollaz played in the major leagues. Very
all right, so
almost.
Before we get too far into this, people are like, okay, cool, they got their friend on there. We got to kind of give some backstory, kind of figure out what you think how the story went, how Adlai thought how the story went, how I thought the story went. So let's who wants to kind of go first on how we all met? Because obviously me and Adlai already knew each other. We knew each other since, I mean, now that you're hearing more and more Chino Brothers stories, you're hearing like about Too Strong Entertainment. Did you know that about us though when you were working with us? Did you know that we'd had this like backstory where we actually knew each other?
Yeah, absolutely, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So now that we've got that passed, Ad, do you want to go first on how you remember meeting Ernie? Or
I think a lot of it had to do with, because I was the overnight guy and you were you're on the morning show, and that's where Ernie would come through and hang out. Was it the whole baseball team coming through on the morning show just to talk about?
The first time we went to the studio, and what happened was what happened. I just got back from Virginia, because when you play college baseball, when your season's over, you get like a week off, and then they ship you off to go play summer baseball somewhere. I was in Harrisonburg, Virginia, but you go to Cape Cod, you go to Alaska, right? They want you to go play 75 games, go get 150, 200 at bats, and get better. And I get back, and this was going into my.
Wait, is it collegiate ball? Is it?
It's collegiate ball.
Is it okay?
It's collegiate ball. So they send you off of these. They have these summer leagues that you're playing with guys from University of Florida, Texas A&M, Baylor, Old Dominion, all these schools around the country, and you're playing with guys from other colleges.
Wait, and the university sets this up? The university pays for this?
Well, they don't pay for it.
No,
they just find these places. They know coaches, and they say, hey, I got a spot for you to play this summer. So when you get to Virginia, when I got to Virginia, I was lucky enough to have an owner who was like a used car dealer, and he had some money, so he would put us all up in apartments. And we had like all these apartments, and we lived with 3 other guys. So we had a
college payola scandal being broken today on the Chino Brothers. University of Arizona, nothing but a bunch of criminals, but you already knew that. Go ahead. Is that a tomato? Sorry.
They gave us summer jobs. And so like I worked at Kmart during the summer, and they give us these coupons to go eat once a day at the Golden Corral, dude. It was awful. Every day for the summer, 2.5 months of golden. We called it the Golden Donkey. It was so bad.
I don't know, dog. I ate a lot of Golden Corral in my day. All right, come on. So we're getting too far off the schedule here. So you came in.
I came back home, right? And I hadn't seen my friends from high school, and it was going into my senior year. So a bunch of them were like, hey, dude, we're going to be playing in a softball tournament at Santa Rita Park. Like, come on through. And I was like, cool. I haven't seen you guys in a long time. So I roll through over there, and Pac's got the Hot Boys there. So Paco's got his softball team, and I was a big fan of Hot 98.3. I loved radio for a long time, and I did a little DJing in high school and college and stuff like that. So I want to go meet Paco. Like, I'm gonna go over there and just introduce myself. And so I went over there and met him, and someone on his team goes, dude, he goes, that's Ernie. He plays baseball at the U of A. And Paco's like a huge baseball fan. So he's like, dude, why don't you come by the morning show and we'll interview you guys, you know how he always says, hey, dude. I loved it. Such a soft voice. Yeah. Right. And I loved it. And I was like, you serious? He goes, yeah, dude. He goes, football and basketball get all the love at the U of A. He goes, no one ever talks about baseball. So why don't you bring a couple guys through and we'll just talk some U of A baseball, give you guys some love. And I was like, dude, I was so grateful. I was like, okay, cool. So we rolled through. It was like a Monday morning. We get in there, and I remember
hold on. let me pick up from right here. So here's how the story went on my side. So I get done producing all these bits, dude. It took me like 26 hours, 42 hours to do these bits. These were the best bits I ever played on the morning house party. And Paco says, hey, Sketch, you know them bits? And I go, yeah. He goes, we're bumping them. We're getting this baseball team on.
I didn't know that.
I was like, are you kidding me, man?
So
I was
you probably
like,
hated me.
you know how long? No, I'm teasing, Ernie. That's not what happened. What probably happened in real life was Danny didn't show up to do Danny the Love Midget, and Pac's like, hey, we got this baseball team. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, that I didn't have to produce something today, because it would have sounded like crap.
What was it? Danny the Love Dwarf, and what was the strippers' love advice?
Luana.
Yeah,
Luana. All right, come on. So you came to the state. I just wanted to make a joke. Sorry, I was breaking up the
I was about to feel really bad. I was.
No. Come on, bro.
That's Ernie.
And on top of it, it's been 22 years. Like, you guys, I got to stop feeling bad about me turning into a rich business owner. Okay.
So I remember meeting Adlai because he was finishing up.
You met
Yeah,
Ad?
he was finishing up the overnights, and I was like, dude, that's Adlai? I was like, I was not expecting him to look like that. Because remember his voice? He was like super
voice,
sexy.
dude. I told you. So
I was like,
That's too funny.
Like, okay, I wasn't expecting that, but cool, nice to meet you, man. And then and so I was so happy that morning because I was like a kid in a candy store. Like, I have always loved radio. I've always been interested in radio, and I show up and I'm like, dude, there's Sketch, there's Vicky, there's Speedy, there's Paco. It's like, holy crap! And I was like, all this happens in this little room. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I was thinking, you've heard of me before?
Yeah.
Man, you got bad taste in morning shows.
No. I was like, dude, I was like, man, I should be interviewing you guys right now. You guys are the big deal. And I just remember doing the interview and I was like, I'm in love. I'm in love with this, dude. And I just remember I was at the radio station every day. I don't even know how many classes I missed. Because
oh my God.
I was at the station like every morning, and all of a sudden it turned into having lunch with Pac and you guys, and then me and Adlai started getting real close, and I started hanging out with both of you, and I was like, dude, I'm like becoming like the third Chino brother. It was crazy. And that
belonged to Tootie. Sorry,
you replaced Tootie.
I remember Tootie.
The fourth.
Okay, fourth. Okay, I'll take it. And then I just remember Pac was just like, I was asking questions all the time, and he's like, hey, have you ever thought about doing, on air? Want to be on air like weekends? And I was like, you serious? And he's like, yeah, dude. And it's like, have Adlai train you overnight, and when he thinks you're ready, we'll put you on. And that's pretty much how it was out around the station. That was my senior year of college, and I should be focused on baseball in my last year of college baseball and what's going to happen next. I don't know, and I just remember like that was the funnest time of my life, hanging out just with you guys and being part of, this radio station and doing all the things and learning all the things. And I was always like observant of what you guys were doing, eyes open.
Hold on real quick. How many weeks did you have to run that stupid soundboard before they let you crack the mic? I feel like you didn't have to run. I feel like you cracked the mic the first day. Yeah, that is such a sack of crap, Adlai. Next time Pac comes on here, him and I are gonna have a conversation.
Because Mike couldn't talk for like months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it was 3 weeks.
No, it was like
3 weeks.
It was like 2 weeks, and then but like at 3-4 in the morning, Adlai was like, hey, do a couple breaks, do an hour, and I'll be right here. And he kind of just helped me through, and he's like, hey, make sure you stay away from saying these things and just try to make it flow. And I remember being so nervous but I was like, dude, I'm doing it. But Adlai was great, dude. There's still to this day, I'm still doing radio to this day. I still remember things that Ad would tell me, and it still resonates, man. I still use those tools, dude. Still.
For example. You know what's crazy though? You talk about radio brain. I remember, but very vaguely remember, because dude, the overnights were rough.
Oh yeah.
And, was it within like the first or second shift where I said, go for it?
Yeah, because you're probably like, I'm done babysitting Ernie. I want to go home and sleep because Sketch and I work every club in town.
Yeah. I think he's like, hey, I'm gonna be in the other room. I got some stuff to do on the computer.
I'd probably be sleeping.
Yeah. And I'm like a kid, like all like, okay, I'm fine, I'm cool. It's
So
like,
oh my
actually,
goodness.
it's
That's
crazy you're
great.
hearing this right now, Ad, because Ernie told me on the phone a couple weeks ago one of the things that you told him that he always remembered as a DJ. And what he told me was, he said, let me see if I got this right. The next effing white person to touch me in this club is getting knocked the F word out. I think that's what I don't know what that means even. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that type of terminology, but he said that's what you taught him about radio.
I'll let
Anyways,
Ern Dollaz explain that one.
That was
all right, hold on. So real quick. So for me and like this was where like Ernie, for me, I was like, all right, this kid, whatever he needs, I got to take him care of. Me and Ad didn't have no place to go on Thanksgiving, and your dad invited us over for Thanksgiving, and he was as big a fan as you are. I had no idea you were this big a fan back when you met us, or else, my God, would you have done my laundry?
I was keeping it cool. I was keeping it cool.
That's pretty cool, man. You kept it pretty dang cool, because if I was as big a fan as, like, I didn't even know you'd ever heard of me before.
Oh yeah.
Like, Ern, I'd never listened to Hot 98.3 before I worked there.
Oh really?
Like, I'd never, so like I didn't know who Paco was. Like, I was just like, all right, cool, man. This dude, he seems like a nice guy. Like, I heard of Paco and Chico, but like, and I knew to respect Chico because like, you're not dumb. When I met Rascal, I was like, this dude is super cool. But
so
like,
cool.
but I never listened to Hot 98.3. Dude, especially if I never listened to Hot 98.3 and then I met me, I'd probably be like, this is that guy who's always in a bad mood on the radio. That's what I think.
So
I wouldn't be like, I
angry
want to
all
meet this guy. I wouldn't be like, I want to meet this guy. I'd be like, that's the guy that makes it sour.
But that's what made it work.
So anyway,
that's what made it work.
I guess. But so anyways, so Ernie's dad knew that Adlai and I didn't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. I've told this story on the show before, but I kind of want to tell it again with Ernie in the room. And he was like, come over to my house for Thanksgiving. He called the radio station, and I was like, all right. So me and Adlai went over there, and my gosh, your dad treated us so well. Like, just like, there's a Mexican hospitality that doesn't exist as much in today's age, but existed when we were kids.
Right.
You guys know what I'm talking about? Like that like nice room with the plastic on it, that like, you know, just working for hours on a homemade meal and making sure you eat until you can't eat anymore. And then drinking a crappy brand of beer, whether it's Budweiser or Coors, with your pants unbuttoned, watching Chavo del Ocho or some stupid you know what I mean? Like, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, there's that, right? That like the old school dudes had, and that's how your dad treated us. And like, I'd never been treated that way probably by anybody with that type of respect. And after that, I was like, yeah, man, this kid Ernie, whatever he needs, you let me know. I'll take care of it.
A lot, man.
Like, that was it.
No, you know what,
dude? I'm telling you.
Yeah, my dad was like, dude, you got he was like, you're his boys, you're his sons, you know, because you guys were what, 22,
mid-20s, a little bit older than that.
We were in our late 20s, bro.
But you know, my dad
my
dad was like, dude, these are my sons, you know, like, I want to make sure that they have a Thanksgiving dinner, and I want to make sure that they feel like they're at home, and you know, that's one thing my dad always talked about is, hey, this is your home, you know. And then he also said, man, the sketch cusses a lot.
I feel so bad, man, afterwards, because I'm cursing in front of Kiki, who's like, you know, 13 at the time 13, or something, 14. and your sister, and she was a little girl, and I'm just F word, but it just came out. You know what I mean? Like, it couldn't not come out. Second story about your dad, and then we'll get back into the Ernie saga. So the last time I seen Ern Adlai, when I was at that ballpark, I talked to Ern, and Ern said, hey, dude, could you pray for my dad? And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, man, they think he has a tumor in the back of his mouth. And I was like, all right. So I prayed all night, dude. Like I just come out here to Pittsburgh to be a missionary. So I'm praying all night, dude. Like just on my knees, me and my missionary partner, praying. Then I called Mr. Durazo the next day. And I said, Mr. Durazo, Sketch. And he's like, hey, Sketch. He was so excited to hear me. And I was like, you know, I've really changed. You know, I gave my life over to the Lord. And he's like, wow, you have changed. And then I said, but I want you to know something. I prayed for you last night, that the Lord would heal you and that you wouldn't have a tumor. And he goes, You want to know the craziest thing, Sketch? I said, what's that? He said, I woke up in the middle of the night. I had an abscess in my tooth. I spit it out. I spit out my tooth. I spit out the abscess. But if I would have swallowed it, I would have died. Ernie, am I lying about that story?
True story, man. 100% true, dude. It was crazy.
Wow.
And my dad called me and told me that you had called him, and then he told me what had happened. And yeah, it was one of those. I'm still getting chills right now thinking about it, you know.
And that was a miracle.
Yes,
absolutely.
That was a miracle.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I told that to Mr. Durazo, and he said, "You know what, Sketch? I've always believed in the power of prayer."
Oh yeah.
I was so blessed. I was so blessed by that. I was like, man, that's the best thing. All right, now let's get back to the story. Sorry, guys, I took it down the Kirk Cameron road. Didn't mean to do that. All right, let's make it funny again. So, you know, it's hard because I want it to be funny, but Ernie, man, it is good to see you, dude.
So awesome. I mean, just being here with you guys is amazing. But watching you guys, you know, like all the episodes, it takes me back and truly a time when I was, man, so just happy, and you guys, so many great memories because of you two, you know, and just a great time in my life, dude. So I'm so glad you asked me to be on. I'm really truly happy, man. Really.
We've been asking you for 17 episodes.
No, I know. Coach my son's little league team, and he made all-stars, and those little suckers kept winning, dude.
Oh, well, congratulations. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. They won all the way to the district championship, and then when they lost, I was like, well, why do we win all those games for if we're going to lose in the championship?
Yeah, and then Ernie beat his son with a belt.
No.
And, well, you know, from the time he was born, he beat him with a belt, and he said, "You're going to play baseball like your dad. You're going to have a better career than me. Do you understand, you little?" And then he'd start cussing at him in Spanish. That's how Spanish his son knows.
I got drafted by the Blue Jays.
You know, I'm teasing her.
You know, it's crazy. I actually did the opposite. I didn't want to push the baseball thing on my son because I didn't want him to feel any added pressure. And
I know you told me.
Yeah, but the thing is, I hated soccer. I absolutely hated it.
He loves soccer. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not even a real sport and all this stuff. And this kid is absolutely crazy about soccer, and he's pretty good. And but he started getting back into baseball a little bit because I think he realized, he goes, man, my dad's cool. He's not even. There's no pressure. He doesn't get mad at me when I make mistakes. It's like, dude, baseball is a game where you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to fail a lot. So all I want you to know is no matter what happens, I'm still proud of you and I still love you. That's all you need to know. Yeah. And he understands that now. He just turned 11. When he was 8 or 9, he didn't get it yet, you know, but he's getting it now.
That's how old my son is. My son's
Really?
11. Yeah, he's been 11 for a minute though. My son's called Nehemiah. It's my favorite book in the Bible. He's the only prophet who never audibly heard the voice of God, never physically performed a miracle, and did everything through faith and hard work. So that's why I was like, that's why I'm naming you Nehemiah.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. This is turning into the corniest episode, you guys. We gotta make it funny. Let's just start making fun of people. Bill Cosby, real quick.
Hey.
But here's something that I loved about Ern Dollaz though, is he always like knew movie quotes.
Yeah.
Like no matter what. He could quote, take a movie. We could be watching, I don't know, Billy Madison. And you already know a ton of lines from Billy Madison anyways. But Ernie could quote it word for word. And it would be funny, but then it'd be like, oh my gosh, dude, he knows everything. And he was Ernie, you were really good at impersonating other DJs. and I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Oh,
one of my favorite ones that you would impersonate was Little Hector was the one I was gonna say.
Yeah, Little
Dude,
Hector.
And Mike, did you hear Little Hector, or was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Ernie, can you do one Little Hector break?
Hot 98.3, number one for hip hop and R&B. We're in the mix right now, making the records go round and round.
This is Little Hector.
This is Little Hector. And then one of my favorites was Slick.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Slick.
Big shout out. He was like, Slick here. Saturday afternoon, SOS, Slick on a Sunday. So Slick was been an old school radio. Like he was at Power 1490. He did a morning show there. So he had been around. And the thing about Slick was awesome. He had his old school afro and just one of the coolest.
He was on Hot 98.3?
Yeah, he did weekends. Yeah.
Oh, this had to have been after
That was after you.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then when we moved to Clear Channel, he was there too. So, but he was doing it at the other station for a little bit. But I remember having to do shifts after Slick, and there was always this ice chest outside the door.
Yep.
He had-
Slick.
He would go out there, take his sips of Steel Reserve, go back on air, and he's like, "You see, there's no rule against drinking outside the studio. You just can't drink in the studio."
I remember that too. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's Steel Reserve?
Oh, it's like the
Worse
cheap,
than Old E.
horrible.
It's strong, cheap booze. Yes.
Like,
it's really bad.
How have I never heard of this stuff before?
Oh.
All right, so
Go ahead.
Here's
Skip.
where I was going. So Ernie, so you start hanging out with us,
Mhm.
and then like you start coming to the Rock with us and stuff like that. Now, I've always felt super guilty about like corrupting you, man, because this is the thing people don't get. Like Ernie was a really, really nice kid. First things first, as I'm hearing the story from Ernie's perspective, like it's so weird. Isn't it weird, Adlai?
Very strange.
That he
very
knew who we
strange.
were?
Yes.
That he knew who we were before we knew him.
Yeah. I was like, these are the MF and Chino brothers, dude. Like I'm like rock star status, dude. Like this is awesome.
I wish you would have told us that. But anyways, so the problem for me is like Ernie, dude, you guys don't get it. He was an apple pie faced American boy. like serious. Do you agree with me, Adlai?
So, totally. He had that Mercedes, remember?
Oh, the 72 Mercedes, the Benz.
Yeah. I was like, man, dude, this guy's balling. He's got good hair. He's an athlete. He's
like a $1,500 student loan out for a stereo system in that thing.
He took a $1,500 student loan to put a stereo in
Put a
it.
stello system in that thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Benz.
But you had the nice girlfriend, and like you knew all the athletes, and like you were geared to be a good adult. You know what I mean? And like we were degenerates. It's like, okay, well, if you want to come with us, you can. But let me tell you, this might be a shooting in the club tonight. You know what I mean? Like our clubs were so ratchet.
There will be. It doesn't matter what time it's gonna happen.
Yeah, like our clubs were ratchet. Hey, listen, there was only one shooting once at one Chino brother event, and I was always proud of that. But them clubs were ratchet, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, and you'd be like, oh yeah, we're going to the Rock. I'm like, you know who goes to the Rock? And then other athletes started coming. You remember that, Adlai? Other athletes started showing up because Ernie was bananas.
Yeah, that was cool.
What was the dude with the big afro that played basketball?
Eugene Edgerson.
Eugene Edgerson,
yeah.
He's a cop now too.
So here's
yeah.
Oh, really? All right. So here's a quick one. So U of A basketball was a lot bigger than the Chino brothers. Okay, guys, that was like the Steelers for those of us on the East Coast, and Eugene Edgerson was one of their players, and he came to the club one time, and I was like, "That is Eugene Edgerson." And Adlai's like, "No, it's not," and I was like, "It absolutely is." And he's like, "Hold on," and he gets to the mic, and he goes, "Eugene." And Eugene Edgerson turns around and he walks over, and we're like, oh my God, that's Eugene Edgerson at our club.
That was exciting.
I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I was like, yo, what's up, man? I'm Sketch. This is Adlai. We're the Chino brothers. He's like, I know who you are. I'm like, Eugene Edgerson knows who we are. And then he started coming every week.
Yeah.
He started coming every week.
Yeah.
And he'd like come and dap us up. Like we were like, dude, I felt like I was on that TV program with The Rock. What's that TV program called? Ballers?
Oh, yeah, Ballers.
Yeah.
Bro, like I felt like that, dude, when Eugene Edgerson used to come and dap us up, like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Sketch? What's up, Adlai? I'm like, he knew which one was Sketch and which one was Adlai. And we're Asian. All Asians look the same. Like this man did his homework.
Yeah, that was great. Shout out to Eugene. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so Ernie was so innocent. And then it was like, I remember the first night, I'm like, I probably shouldn't do this. For some reason, this stupid club owner booked a bunch of sorority kids on our night, and our nights were ratchet, and I don't like sorority kids.
Acid, right?
And this girl came up and she was like, play this song for me. I said, I'm not gonna play this song for you unless you make out with my friend. And I pointed at Ernie. And then like
and I was like
a minute and a half later, Ernie comes up and he's like, she made out with me, Sketch. She actually made out with me. She did it. And I'm like, of course she did. Now put that song on, Adlai. Play the song anyways. It's like ludicrous. It's like when you move, you move. So it's like, play that song, you idiots. Yeah.
Ern Dollaz. Hey, now Ern Dollaz, was that the
And
turning
that's what
point
ruined
when you
him.
said, when you said, well,
Yeah, it was.
baseball
I
or
think.
radio, music? I don't know. Was that the turning point?
You know what? It was starting to feel that way. I was like, I really enjoy radio. I'll just ride baseball as long as I can, and when it's over, I'll just see if I can something I can do with this, right? And dude, there was just something about it. There was that magic, and then I think it was the crew that we had. Like everyone that we had involved at the station, that family feeling. I think it was just, and we were all kids. I was talking to Dwayne Chavez the other day. We were talking about it, and we're like, dude, we were just kids. Like,
yeah.
We were kids at that radio station with no really sense of direction of what radio was supposed to be or what it's supposed to sound like. And we were kicking butt, man. And just being part of the weekend shift. And remember back Weekend Warriors, man, there was like, you had to really work hard to get on the schedule.
Yeah, that's true. Cause we were live all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. And everybody, you needed a body in there at all times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes you weren't scheduled. So, and there was some good on-air talent at the time.
Yes, there was. There definitely was.
What was that? The male stripper dude. What was his name?
Casey Valentine.
Yeah, Casey
Valentine.
Yeah, Casey.
I was wondering if you worked with him or not. I could.
Yeah.
Okay. Casey Valentine. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was there. Dude, what about Father Chino?
Father Chino. Yeah, he was there. What was the other?
Is Keno still around?
I think so. I think I follow him on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's
Then
still
I'm gonna
around.
not say anything mean. Never mind. I like Father Keno. I like Father Keno. You know what the problem is, Ern? Is that like I feel like this is just me and Adlai having conversations, and then I just go hard in the paint on people who end up watching, and then I'm like,
oh,
all right, now I've got to figure out how to not do that.
Uh-huh. No.
Now, hey, let me
But I
ask you
wouldn't do
this.
that on Father Keno. Father Keno's dope. Anyways,
Now, DeRozzo, I don't want to get you in trouble, but there was groupies in radio. And it's not, I'm not saying like it was all scandalous, like people want to believe or whatever.
Right.
But it felt kind of cool when you're on the air.
Oh, yeah.
And girls are calling in to request a song, legitimately, like, I want to hear a song. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to talk to her, see what it's about and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're working the mix show, whatever, you're getting off at midnight, 2 a.m. There's times when you're like, what are you guys doing after?
Yeah. What's the nightcap? What's going on? Yeah. Exactly.
And then you're like, yeah, come through. So there were times when we would actually just be like, you know what, let's come through, let's go do something, and we meet up. And
wait, hold on. I like how the two radio guys are trying to pretend like it's just this. Hey, it sort of happens. Let me tell you how it really goes. I ain't got no career. I ain't got no career to protect. This is how it really goes, fools. Hey, girl, you look good or what? Yeah, I look good. Who you look like? Wow, I look kind of like Selena. Ooh, Selena, like 1976 Selena when she was in like graduating high school, or like right before she got shot. Selena when she was getting kind of fat. No, right in the middle. Okay, good. All right, look, where do you stay? You got roommates? No. How many baby daddies you got? I ain't got no baby daddy. All right, here's my personal beeper number. All right, hook it up. This is my beeper number. Put 874. That way I know it's you. Okay. All right, cool. Let me get my notebook. 874 Sherry. Okay, now I won't forget her name. All right, good. Here we go. That's how it goes, folks. These hooligans. Sorry, go ahead, Adlai. Go ahead.
So she paged us. And then we call back like, where's it at? So, dude. So, and I think a lot of it too, Ernie, was like, I think me and Mike would go party. I think me and Dwayne and Freddie would go out and party all the time.
Oh, Freddie
and then,
Strokes, man.
Yeah, Freddie Strokes.
Yeah, dude.
And then
Freddie Strokes. We got to get him on here.
We got to. And then Ern Dollaz would be like, man, let's see what this is about. So, and in your mind, when the girls talk to you, Sketch was doing it perfectly. Like, oh, I look like so-and-so. I look like J-Lo with that Mariah booty or whatever. And you're like, oh, we got to meet
And they
these
sound like it too.
And they sound sexy as heck too. So you're like, dang. So we hop in, what was the Honda Del Sol, the little two-seater?
Yeah. or the Vandy.
The Vandy. Oh yeah.
The Vandy. The Vandy.
My big red van.
Red
Oh my
van.
god.
With the captain's chair.
Yeah. The truck before the van, though.
Oh yeah,
the
the
truck,
truck, dude. The
truck.
mob dudes. Oh
That
my
van,
gosh, bucket.
that van did not help with the creepy factor.
That
but
was
go ahead.
very pervy, man. Rolling up in the van. We're the big red van. Yeah, but and then click.
Oh, do you do carpet cleaning when you're not DJ? Yes, I do.
Those are
Yes,
all
I
my
do.
speakers when I DJ. But so DeRoz, we get these chicks, whatever. There's some apartment complex,
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, for me, dude, I'll be honest, it was kind of like, yeah, you do this every once in a while. It's fairly common. You go and meet people just to find a party, you know,
Right,
maybe some
right.
chicks, whatever.
You
So,
guys,
like,
do
all
you
right,
want me
and
to
Ern-
call you out again? Stop lying to these people, man. I already told them how it goes. And nobody argue with me.
No, but then Ern Dollaz, I can see he's like getting all excited. He's like, oh man, we're gonna go meet these girls. There's a party. Oh, I'm so excited. And you can just see it's kind of like me and Mike at the club for the first time with Paco. It was just like, oh, and he's just driving, breaking the speed limit, going like, I'm all like, just chill, bro, just chill. We got all night. There's no hurry. And so we're driving there, and I felt like it was far off from the station. So it was like a 20-30 minute drive, and just Ern was getting excited.
Yeah.
You know, he's pumped up.
And
everything.
I've been to parties in college, but this is like, it's different with the radio, like listeners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a whole different.
Yeah, you might
feeling,
get shot. That's the difference.
Oh, there's been
know why
times. Those are other stories, man. Oh yeah. So we're like, all right. So we pull up the apartments, and it was kind of a bigger complex too. I mean, there was one of those 3 stories, a bunch different buildings. Yeah. And we're freaking walking around. We're on our cell phone, like, all right, man, we can't find it. And we call them, you know, and I'm like, dude, where is this place? And they're like, yeah, over here, building, blah, blah, blah. And like, oh my gosh, dude. So I'm on the phone with it. I'm like, look, just yell our names really loud. So when we hear it, you know, we'll be able to find you that way.
Yeah.
And then Ern Dollaz, what does she say? And we hear it like across the way.
R-Dub! R-Dub!
Like,
we don't even know who we are, dude.
We just went to the first name, like,
R-Dub.
So we hear yelling, and then I think we're looking at each other like, you want to be R-Dub or am I going to be R-Dub? Which one's going to be R-Dub? So we finally find them, and we go in there, and we're looking around, and I see Ernie's face just go, oh, I just unplugged my headphones, but I see Ernie's face go from,
yeah.
And it was, dude, it was just one of those things, man. And Paco hit the nail on the head when he said they're going to tell you what they look like, but they're not going to look like that. So,
I went from smiling to, hey man, you want to go get Nico's?
He's ready to get tacos already.
Yeah.
Dude, we're here for 5 minutes. I'm thinking, dude, ratings, man. These guys are going to fill out books, fill out diaries. Let's be cool. Let's have some fun. Let's hang out. And they're passing around the bottle of Jack or whatever. And Ernie's kind of in the corner, just kind of like, looking at his watch. And I'm all like, kind of shoot the crap with them, like, oh yeah, party and doing shots, whatever. Eating the food or whatever they got, you know, just hanging out and stuff. And then, dude, probably an hour goes by. And dude, honestly, I didn't drive. Ernie was driving, so I had a good buzz going. I was having fun, you know. And there was 10 chicks there, and me and Ernie, and
and all of them looked like they were at that fair I was at this weekend.
Yes, exactly. Exactly like that. And I'm just like, whatever. Finally, Ernie just says, F it, bro. I'm getting down. And I'm all like, what are you talking? He's all, dim the lights. And I'm all, what? And all of a sudden, but I don't know, they throw on Genuine or something. Like, I'm all, throw on something sexy or whatever. And then Ern Dollaz just comes out, dude.
I'm just a bachelor.
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what I was thinking, man.
You want it? How perverted is that song?
It
It doesn't sound that bad when you're dancing to it. Then you listen to the lyrics, you're like, that song is perverted.
Nasty. Magic Mike came out, man.
Yes. Oh, yes. It just
dancing
picture
for him.
Ern Dollaz, his 22-year-old baseball fit body, and these girls just like they went from oh, this is serious.
I'm trying to show up Casey Anthony or what's his name?
Casey Valentine.
Casey Valentine.
This is all I remember. The girls plates of tacos. All of a sudden, they put their plates down to watch Ern Dollaz dance.
Oh my god!
And even me, I was like, drop my taco. I was like, holy crap. Ern Dollaz sketch did corrupt this kid because he is getting scandalous. Oh my god, it was crazy.
I thought you were gonna say. Ern Dollaz, you need to be more like that name, son. Get them dollar bills, son.
Yeah, we could have made some money.
Make it rain, ladies.
I should have pulled out my inner Ernie from downtown wigs.
That's right, son. What are you doing?
Started getting some money for
what was his line? What was his line? The 70s were wow.
The 70s were wow. 70s were wow. Did you ever meet that cat, Ernie?
Yeah, dude. Remember?
We hung out in the parking lot.
Yeah. When you guys lived over there,
that's right. So I remember introducing the two of you and realizing, No one has this name, and there are 2 people with this name right here in front of me.
Oh my god,
dude! And the crazy part so we were there for a long time, and I was at the point was like, dude, we got to roll. The sun's coming up, man. We got to get out of here.
God.
I had to drag Ern Dollaz out of there, and I remember, a couple girls were like, "You're gonna call back, right? We're gonna hang out tomorrow night, right?" And we're just like, "Yeah, totally, hang out, sure, hang out."
Just listen to me on what's Dub's
Hot
show?
98.3.
What's his
Slow
love
jams,
show?
slow jams with
Just
our
listen to me on Slow Jams, baby. Just listen to me on Slow Jams.
slow jams with our dub. But that was a good night, and that was a good night of many too. I mean,
No wonder Ernie likes me so much, dude. You hooked him up with a bunch of biggies, can't you see? I got him with the dimey that went to the U of A just for playing a song. Like, hey, look, here's how this works, dime piece. My buddy here, he's got 2 lips. They're not occupied. Let's fix that, okay? You know what I mean? Like, Ernie, I gotta
Good
know
times,
because,
man.
like, dude, I was so bitter back then. I would have been like, why am I this guy sketch? I can't deal with this. How did you deal with that? I don't know. Like Adlai to this day, I can't figure it out. I'm like, bro, I chased away so many girls. You had so many opportunities. Like, you moved me into your apartment. What were you thinking? Now, same to you. Like, Ernie, I was not like everybody who knows Mike Ichimura today is like, of course, nice Christian man,
Right.
Beautiful wife, wonderful children. People don't know who Sketch was. Like, so that never drove you nuts that I was always in a bad mood?
Sorry, I get my son to turn in my charger because my laptop's about to die. No, it didn't bother me because I knew like you were bitter sometimes, but
All the time, dude.
But the thing is, like I could tell that your heart was good. Like the way you took care of me, like I know that it was there, so it didn't bother me too much. I just think like that's just your personality. So I cared about you as a friend and as a brother, no matter what. You don't just turn your back on someone just because they're angry. It's like, dude, I'm here for them. You were never like that with me. Never.
And Durazo, to add to that too, when it was us 3, it was funny all the time. The main time Sketch was bitter was around other people. Around, you know what I'm saying? Around us, it was fun. And a lot of times, like at the end of the night, we'd be like, yeah, go to Nico's, get some tacos or whatever. And then we'd kind of shoot the crap about what happened, and it would be funny. We'd talk about, remember that time Mike went off on that girl, whatever, about, whatever. And be like, that was funny. Oh, shoot.
But it was like being around you two, though. Yeah, around you two, I was happy. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. My 2 friends who I'm truly enjoying every bit of their company. What do you want? You think because you're listening to our music, you get to bother us? Leave me alone.
No, this is the best one. We're sitting outside the Rock, and this happened multiple times. We got the Marty set up. We're about to do a talk break to come on down to the Rock, and one guy would come up to Sketch and go, "Hey, yo, you work with the radio?" And Sketch would be like, "Let me guess, you can rap." He's like, "Yeah, man, I can rap with those bars down."
Remember that?
My Sketch would be like, "Dude, I can't get you a record deal, bro. I'm not gonna play your shit on the radio."
I remember the first time I did it, Ernie was super impressed, like I was a mind reader.
Yeah.
The guy
I was like,
came up-
"How'd you know that?
What?
How did you know
Yeah, the guy came up, and like me and her were in the middle of a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what's it like hitting a 90-mile-an-hour ball? Like, I'm like wanting to know about baseball, like, trying to figure out baseball stuff because I don't know nothing about baseball. You know, I went and saw one Ernie U of A game. This fool comes up to bother me, bro, while I'm talking to Ernie. Like, come on now. And you knew what he was gonna say. He's like, "Yo, you work for the radio station?" I was like,
"Yes."
"Yeah, bro. Hold on, let me guess." Yeah. Then Ernie right after was like, "How did you know?" And I'm like,
"Yeah."
Dude,
and then after a couple times it happened, I was like, "Now I know why he knew," because he gets asked all the time.
Do they do that to you still, Ernie?
Do
they do that to you still?
I
or
still
no?
get hit up by people. They'll send, and now it's not like in person anymore. And with social media, I'll get stuff in my DM. I'll get a follow by someone from Texas or Phoenix or something like that, and they'll be like, "Hey man, let me send you my demo." And I was like, dude, we're classic hip hop, bro. We're not breaking new artists, so you might want to try a newer station, that type of deal. I'll try to be nice, but yeah, people still, they think I'm like, dude, you have YouTube now and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Like, you can get to so many people, dude. Just do it.
What do you think we're doing right now?
Right.
There's never a radio station will hire Sketch again. Don't worry, fools.
Yeah. It's like, dude, the internet, it's huge. There's plenty of space too. And even the guys nowadays just blow up on SoundCloud or whatever.
Right.
Anyways,
Right.
You know,
Yeah. No doubt. You know what? One thing I remember the most was, I was in college. We were all kind of broke, right? Not kind of.
Dude.
That's a nice way. But
Bank of Zia, homeboy.
right? What was
Is that where
better
you're
than
going?
money?
Did I just kill you?
You exactly knew what I was talking about.
Sorry.
Paco, I need to get a couple CDs. He gave you the keys. You go in the cupboard. It was like breaking a bank right there. It's like, oh, here we go. These CDs are gonna create some currency, dude. And we would go eat, man. We go to like good places, like seafood places and stuff. And
Hold on, Adlai, explain to everybody because I jumped right into it. Explain to everybody how Bank of Zia works.
Well, there'd be the CDs and stuff, and you'd be like,
so explain what Zia was first, because people are like, "What are you guys talking about?" You know what I mean?
Okay, Zia was a record/CD music store,
Used.
and you could, use stuff. So, and dude, there was probably, I don't know, are they still in Tucson anymore?
Yeah, I think there's one location still.
Yeah, there used to be like 10 locations. They're everywhere, and you could go in, buy, sell, trade. That was their little slogan and stuff too. So you bring in stuff, and you can be like, all right. I want to get these. I want to trade these CDs for whatever. They'd give you credit, and then you can go either buy other CDs or they just cash you out too sometimes too. So you'd be like, "Oh, okay."
And that's what we did.
We
weren't trading anything.
So there's this record store called Zia, and like before we were on radio, we'd all go there and just thumb through the records all day. I hated going Adlai, dude. Before we were in radio, I hated going Adlai. You got to remember, we're A, broke, and B, you know how much he loves music.
Yeah,
dude, we would be there for F-word hours, him thumbing through these like a lady looking for clothes, bro. And he'd finally like break it down to like 3.
Trying to find
break
that
it down
gem.
to 3.
Yeah,
he'd break it down to 3, but he'd only have enough money for 1. He'd be like, "What do you think, Sketch?" I'm like, "I think we've been here an hour and a half, dog. I've listened to everything," because you could listen there as well.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, folks. So then what happened was you could buy, sell, or trade, like they said. So remember, the word "sell" is involved. But if you got some doo-doo brown, like you're coming up there with some whack CDs, they ain't going to give you very much money. But if you got what just got released, don't worry, son.
We had that.
You're going to be eating some steaks tonight. All right. So, Adlai, continue with the Bank of Zia, if you will, sir, and how Paco's cabinet came into it.
Yeah, so we'd have some extra CDs or whatever, and be like, "Oh, man." So
we just be like, "Pac, can we please look inside?" Yeah, we're like, "Pac, can we look inside the CD cupboard?" And he'd be like, "Yeah." Well, and then on top of it, we had to lace people up a lot. We always had to bribe people with CDs. So it wasn't uncommon for us to take 20 CDs, brand new, full albums. Like Dre's album just came out, boom, you got it in your hand. Busta Rhymes album just came out, boom, you got it in your hand. Like you remember, everybody drops their albums right around the same time. Now you got to stack up all of them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to figure out how to rent this tuxedo or just random weird stuff that you got to do and that you got to bribe people with sometimes. So we'd have to slip them some CDs like, "Hey man, do you like this? Da da da." But with the leftovers, we had to do something. Now, I don't know what we were going to do with these leftovers because we had lots of leftovers. Adlai, can you continue the story, please?
Yeah, and it would be, and sometimes there'd be some doo-doo stuff in there where you just be like, "Dude, I'm probably never going to actually listen to this ever." And so it's like, okay, I could probably get $1 or $2 for this. So you're like, well, it's better than nothing. So you take whatever stack you could find and just be like, oh. And did they even buy singles? I felt like they bought singles.
They bought singles.
Hold on. I'm just trying to get you to explain the transactionary period, because afterwards I'm going to go into each one of our unique styles of using the Bank of Zia and then explain yours last. Okay. So go ahead.
So you go there with your
CDs,
whatever
and then
CDs.
you would sell them.
Yep.
Now, if we had leftover CDs from all our bribery and all our giveaways at the car place and so on and so forth, and we had leftovers, those were ours. That was our rake.
Mm-hmm.
It was our rake because you don't get paid as much as a DJ, so on and so forth. And realistically, Pac knew it was our rake. I remember like all of us tried giving them back at one point. He's like, "Dude, just keep them because you're going to need them for X, Y, Z."
Yep.
Okay. Now, we're at Zia Records. We called it the Bank of Zia because we were about to sell, not buy, not trade. Okay? Now, Ern Dollaz, he was he was a rookie. So he was like, look, man, I'm not trying to do if, ands, or buts. So I don't know if they even carry South Park Mexican in this place. I ain't bringing that album. I want the bangers. I want Jay-Z. I want well, you guys still play these oldies.
No, it'd be like this. It'd be like, oh, you know what? I bet you I get some for this Chico and Kuater, Mr. Chort Chop poster and exhibit hoodie. I remember that shit.
That's Adlai. That would be Adlai. I remember one time Adlai sold this Christmas CD to him. I can't remember what
Mannheim
it was called.
Steamroller.
You remember? That's yes.
And yeah.
How do you have radio brain? But you remember that?
I don't know, but I remember getting that, and I was like, because it was to me, like they'd send everybody's name with, you'd have your own things, and I'll be like, oh, I have no idea who this is, and why not? I'm like, I'll never play this. So yeah.
And me and Ernie were bagging on him the entire way to Zia. Like, dude, you have no class, man. You're gonna show this to these people. They're gonna laugh us out of there. They're gonna give us less money for our CDs. I'm going first, Adlai. I ain't trying to get stuck behind you and have them start to question this Ja Rule CD. Okay, so like Adlai will always go last, and when Adlai was slapping him down, we would be in the corner just bagging on him like blah blah. But then they took the Mannheim Steamroller CD. They took it, and they gave him more money for that than they gave him for like Ja Rule's album. I was like,
holla, holla.
Man.
Yeah,
Mannheim Steamroller is a really big band too. That's the crazy part too. And dude, it was Tucson, so they're probably like, oh, we can flip this, no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
When we left, we went to Red Lobster. And you were like balling on us, Ad. You were stunting on us. You're like, ain't nobody have that Mannheim Steamroller money. That's what you said, dude.
Dinner's on me tonight, boys.
No, it wasn't on him. He was like clowning. He was clowning us because we didn't have enough for like what we really wanted. He was like, I got that Mannheim Steamroller money. I was like, oh,
enjoy your Chico and cool water biscuits. Oh, jeez. Red Lobster biscuits.
All right, come on, Adlai, talk, man. I've been talking too much. Drag some stuff out of Ernie because you guys knew each other a lot longer than we all hung out, and you got some pictures here. So drag some stuff out of Ernie. We gotta do some good stuff. Come on.
I'm a little nervous about this.
No, there's everything's PG and stuff, and this is
no stripper ones.
Just pull the tomato. If you need the safe word, just go with the tomato and stuff too. Yeah, Ern Dollaz, we hung out a lot after that too. We hung out with Dwayne, Freddie Strokes. We'd go play ball at the YMCA.
Yeah, all we did a lot. Man.
Remember what about the he was the head promo guy. He became a cop. Tall black guy, super nice guy. Oh my God, Mark. Yeah, Mark. We hang out with him. Yeah, we had dude. It was just I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. But these pictures are going to bring back some memories, and I'll give it up to the radio brain because some of the stuff I was looking at these pictures like I have no idea what these are from, even though I'm in the pictures. But here we go.
Ernie, did you see a picture with Adlai and Slick Rick?
No.
Oh, dude, watch our last episode. We did it on Slick Rick. Adlai's got a picture with Slick Rick. It's ill. All right, Ern, what's going on here?
Yeah. Now, I think this is Malik's homie, SK1 back here.
Yeah, I think it is.
And this is Ern Dollaz. And this was a guy that worked on the radio too.
Was that Little Boy?
Was that his name? I think he ended up going to the Marines, as a matter of fact.
Little Boy,
okay. That was his name. Little Boy was his name.
And you guys are with Mike. Name. You're with Mike Shinoda? Is that who that is on the far left?
Yeah, who's this guy? I'm guessing this guy, that's his CD right there.
Yeah,
it's probably Mike Shinoda, man. You don't recognize him?
Let's say it's Mike Shinoda. Let's say it's Linkin Park. And that's his solo stuff right there. Little did he know, Ern Dollaz was heading right to Zia after this.
Yes.
You can see in his smile. He's like, $4.
He's all like, woo wee. Here come the Red Lobster biscuits. But do you remember this event?
Was that a car show?
I have no idea.
I don't know. But I don't know. I can't remember.
It was something. But it was the Hot 83 logo.
Here's the deal. The next one you guys don't remember, I get to make up the story for
you. You
damn well better start remembering.
All right.
Move this out of there. Okay, ready?
Because I'm ruthless.
Ern Dollaz, what's going on here?
Oh no, but I think that's a real life pimp.
You better remember, Ernie, or else someone will remember the story for you.
Here's Ern Dollaz. Here's the pimp, and here's Homie with the 8-ball. And I was
So
just
what
like,
this-
Ern Dollaz, what is going on?
It had to be a
What
Twilight.
this really is. This is when Ernie started his multi-level marketing crew, and he learned everything from Magic Journeus. Magic Journeus is holding the windshield wipers that never break. Him and Ernie are going into business together. Ernie had just cut him a check. Magic Jordanus is telling Ernie it's going to work. Ernie's like, oh man, I'm not sure. He's like, look, I have Coolio's second cousin right here with me, and he'll attest to it. He made so much money, he was able to buy this magic 8-ball, and it's truly magic. All right, you guys better remember the next one, or they're gonna keep going.
So Ern Dollaz, are these guys famous then?
I don't know. It's not.
I just told you guys what happened.
It's not
there.
Rapper Forte. Is it? I don't know. It might have been just some dude at the at Twilight's, man.
Twilight, yeah, or the
Rock.
Rock had a pool table.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's be real, because like the way Ernie's standing next to him, it looks like Ernie's standing next to a celebrity. You dig how you do that thing when you stand next to a celebrity, where you're kind of like, "Hey, I know you."
Yeah, like we're friends.
If you're with a listener, if you're with a listener, you do that thing where you're like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're kind of like,
I don't know.
I don't know this guy. This is a radio picture.
I don't know who that is.
You know the difference?
No idea. Okay.
No idea.
Okay. Here goes
Oh,
next one.
crap, dude. You know what we should do? We should take the Google and see if they'll go backwards on it. Dude, it's the same guy right there rapping. Is that Coolio?
That's a different guy.
Isn't that the guy from the previous picture? No, go back up. Look, the guy on the far right. Now go down.
No.
It's the same guy.
Maybe it
dude.
is. I don't know.
Is
I don't
it?
know who it is. But I'm pretty sure that
Razzle,
jean
who's
jacket
this?
and blue shirt I got on right there, I bought from Malik's. I'm pretty sure I bought that from Malik's.
Yeah, that's great.
That
That
was
is
my-
definitely a shiny jacket.
That was a Rockaware jean jacket for sure.
This
Oh,
is
dude, that was a
absolutely a
real
one-hit
Rockaware.
wonder.
I don't know who that is.
Dude, I
This is
feel like this
absolutely a
was
one-hit
one-hit
wonder.
Alto.
Yeah, it might
Because
have
look at all
been.
the. I think they all came to the stage and stuff, and we're on stage, and we're hanging out. You know, because they'll do that
Oh,
whole bit.
dude.
We're like, "Oh, the ladies, come on up to the stage."
Go back up.
Was it that dude that
Go back up. Go back up. And I'm not kidding now, for real. I'm being honest right now. Go back up. I know who it is. It was those guys
Back
who
to
sang
the-
Up in the Club. No, they sang Up in the Club because you guys met them, and Ernie and Adlai asked him, which one of the two stabbed the girl with the butter knife? And the guy was like, what? What'd you say about a butter knife? I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. You guys don't
Up
remember
in the
that
club.
song? Up in the Club.
yes. Oh,
What was the
I
name of
gotta
that?
hide it from my baby wife. Up in the club before she stabbed me with the butter knife. Up in the club. I'm
Up
telling
in
you,
the
you guys
club.
went to the show. I remember you going to the show.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome,
Ah, maybe
Man,
it
I
was a
just had
couple years
radio
later,
brain
though. I
too,
don't know.
man. Shoot.
dude. Yeah, because Ern Dollaz obviously having a good time.
Oh yeah, look at him.
I was
Flossing.
like, yeah, check me out.
That
Yeah,
jean jacket.
that is so slick. And this guy, like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Up in
let's
the
go to
club.
another one.
I don't know. I made that up.
Did you?
I do remember that happened. No, I remember that actually happened, but I don't know if these are the guys. Like that's a real story, but I don't know if you guys went to the club afterwards with them. So,
I'll send you these pictures.
but I
too,
can tell it's a
Durazzo.
one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
It's definitely a one-hit wonder because you can tell that Ernie's standing there like, "Hey, look at me."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like-
word up.
like, yeah, I got to get a pic just in case this guy blows up.
Yeah,
I
just
wanna
in
be there.
case.
Just in case. You never know.
You always
never
have to
know.
take that chance, just in case.
Yeah.
What you don't want is him to turn out to be like a sex offender or something, and then you're running for Senate. It's like
Yeah.
Jeffrey
Ernie
Epstein, the
Dorazzo
Jeffrey
says that
Epstein
he loves
in the-
children.
in the hip hop, the Bill Cosby, like the rap world. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Ern
All right, let's see
Dollaz.
what's next.
Oh,
Okay.
Ern
Yeah, that's a different.
Dollaz.
You're right. You're right, Sketch. That's a different pose. That's a different pose.
Same Fat
Zero
Farm
glory.
jacket though.
Yeah.
That is the jacket.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Now that's not. I'm meeting dudes at the club pose. That's okay. If enough girls see me with this many girls, they'll think that I get lots of girls. Like I'm just a P magnet. So I'm putting this on Facebook. You know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah,
I have
you
no
are.
pictures like that. At least you got,
100% true.
at least you got pictures like that. I have no pictures like that.
Ern Dollaz. Look at that.
Oh.
That is smooth.
But look at, they're all pretty ladies. Every one of them looks like a model, and all of them are saying, "Hey, man."
You got Snoop Dogg
Well,
tickets?
okay, so here we go. I got this. You ready? The one on the left is like, maybe I can make him my baby daddy.
Ooh.
The one on the right is like, I'm gonna stab you. The one in the front is like, who was Ern Dollaz again? Kern, what is his name?
Ern Dollaz? What is this guy?
Yeah.
Dude, that's it.
Am I wrong?
No.
And I know I'm being mean.
He's rocking the leather glove there too. Was that a baseball glove, Ernie?
I don't know.
That was a batting glove.
Ernie, dude, I'm sorry, bro, but your like image of this era is the optical equivalent of Adlai's voice from that era. It did not age well.
Mad
dude.
sexy.
It did not age well.
But 30 years
Like,
later, it's yeah.
Like, here's the thing, dude. Like, you can always be a wise apple to the day you die. That's why sketch doesn't have a problem. But when you try to be sexy, it's like, bro, I might only be sexy for a couple months.
Yeah.
And it's like, yep, and then it's gonna live forever.
Yeah,
Have fun.
there you go. There you
All
go.
right,
Ern
what's the next one?
Dollaz.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, look at us.
See? Look, I got the other glove.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I got this jacket from Alex too, that fake leather.
Is that Dwayne?
That's
Is that
Dwayne,
Dwayne?
yeah.
behind
There's
you?
Wheezy. There's
Yeah,
Ern Dollaz right there.
Rico. That was a Christmas in the
Is that
Hood.
Jeff to the left in the corner?
Jeff to the left.
Is that Jeff to the
yes,
left? That looks like
that
Jeff
is
to the
Jeff
left.
to the left. Oh
Was
my
that the-
gosh.
That was a Christmas in the Hood concert, I think, dude.
Who was the
Wait,
headliner?
who's behind?
That was like Warren G and Mac 10, Sugar Free,
Really?
Mob Deep.
Oh
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Who's behind Dwayne?
Puerto
That's
Rico.
That's Rico.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Puerto
this
Rico.
girl has a badge right here though too. Is that Dwayne's badge though? Oh look.
No, I think she was a intern. I think her name was
Really?
Selena. I think if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
I don't remember that at all. Puerto Rico. What happened to Puerto Rico?
I don't know.
Anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, time to make fun of somebody. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Why does Dwayne look pissed right here? Look at Dwayne.
Somebody.
If you
said
guys didn't
something
know,
about the Papa Go.
Do you guys know his do you guys know his alias?
Yeah, it was oh freaking I know Dollars is going to. It was Hurricane. No.
Dwayne. No, there was a DJ Hurricane though. There was a Hurricane.
I know, but I can't remember Dwayne's alias.
Dwayne
anymore.
Chavez, aka
DJ Payback.
Oh yeah.
Payback.
I love that name too.
Payback's
All
a
right,
great name.
But Dwayne's angry right there because somebody said something about the Papago Nation. And he's like, I'm gonna stab this. I'm gonna
No.
stab this fool. I'm gonna stab this fool.
No, you know what that might have been? It might have been I remember he was like real nervous because he had a DJ for Warren G. And he had to do like a set for Warren G. And remember how he was like nervous and he had to take some shots and he was like, and he killed it, dude.
Dwayne, he's
I gotta take some
phenomenal.
shots.
He killed it, dude.
Payback was
He
dope.
killed it.
Yeah, Payback
He's
was dope.
phenomenal. I don't know why
Yeah.
he'd have to take shots. Yeah,
Warren
Dwayne
G,
was
dude,
on the
he's nervous.
turntables was always phenomenal. Like that's a club act right there. Well, you two are club act now, right? You and Dwayne?
Kind of, not really in the club, but we do some side stuff. But we had a good time this last weekend.
Like
He's
what,
still
like
made.
wait, you guys aren't doing clubs? Why aren't you doing clubs?
Dude.
Because you're old and you don't want to
We're
stay out
old.
until 2 o'clock
Yeah,
in the morning.
we-
Yeah, I don't blame
I
you.
do
Never
a
mind.
Thirsty
Sorry.
Thursday 6 to 10, and it's
Yeah,
perfect. I get the clock.
Sorry, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I forgot we're all old. But
Hey,
dang,
what
dude,
a-
that's a waste.
Ern Dollaz, let me hear Dwayne's laugh.
No, I don't know that. I don't know if I know.
What?
Yeah, that was good. Wait, do you guys have a name?
We gotta get him on
Do
there.
you and Dwayne have a name like the Chino brothers? Like, do you guys have a team name?
We've been trying to come up with one, and we haven't really.
All right, now I'd like give it to him because Dwayne named us. Now we get to name them. It's
The
the Poetic
the
Justice, son.
The
Yeah.
That's your
Tohono,
name.
Tohono
That's your
Bros.
name. No, that's your name, Poetic Justice. That's your name.
Poetic Justice.
That's your name, Poetic Justice.
What?
Yeah, man, that's your name, Poetic Justice.
That's horrible, man.
Why is that horrible?
It's not cool like the Chino brothers.
That's way cooler than the Chino brothers. The Chino brothers is a racist slur. Poetic Justice was a dope movie with Tupac.
You know that Ice Cube turned that down, by the way.
We were talking about that. I think we get
Yeah.
the same news feed, Ern Dollaz.
Yeah, I just found out yesterday. Like I knew it. Like it was
I'm
like
so mad right now. Hold on a sec. Give me 1 second.
Poetic
I'm so mad.
Justice.
Hold on, because I already got your guys' merch. Hold on.
The Tohono Bros. Does Dwayne still have that Nissan on with the rims?
I don't know. I gotta ask him if he still has it.
See if he's got that, man. I want to see. Is he still driving the Hyundai, the 2-seater?
No.
Listen,
you got rid of that?
fool,
We've all
this
grown
is your
up
name.
now.
This is your name.
Is it?
Poetic Justice. Where did you find that?
That's your name, son. Don't ever question my drip. Don't ever question my drip, Adlai. You know I always got the ill stuff.
Wait, who's Tupac and who's Janet?
That's between them. I ain't got no worries about that. Why am I on blast now? Put us back all together. What are we doing?
I went it for the Poetic Justice. I want to see
Next
that.
picture. Next picture.
All right, you ready? You guys ready for the next one?
That's your guy's name, bro. But you can't walk away from it. Ah, look at these young lovers.
Look at my jean. Look at my jean jacket. I'm so happy with it.
Look at my pleather.
Yeah.
Look at that. So you're Ern Dollaz? What's up? You're finally got rid of dude. My truck's in the background. Look at that. You can see my truck back there. Hey, you want to go for a ride in the mob?
That's when the girls will go. Where's Adlai at? Where's Adlai? He's right there. That's not
Ern
him.
Dollaz.
Or they'd go, "Where's Hatley? Where's Hatley?"
Where's he?
It was one of the two, dude. Remember Adlai used to date that chola named Chino. Remember that? Remember that?
Chino.
Man, that woman would shoot you, son.
Oh yeah.
And then Tootie started dating her.
No, that was a different girl. But that
was
a
a different one.
Poor Tootie.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
I had to give her kid a bath all the time and stuff, and do her laundry and stuff. And I'm like,
oh, gross.
Poor. All right, we got another picture for half a Poetic Justice.
You guys sure you want to see this? Ern Dollaz, call tomato if this is too much.
All right. That's a good one.
What
But Ern Dollaz is smiling though.
Yeah,
dude, this is a family show, man. We can't be showing them.
Yeah, it's too much.
We can't be showing them nugs like that.
I'm trying to. There we go. Trying to go back.
Just put us back together with the three of us talking.
Okay, I'll pull it out.
Those are good.
Hold on.
Good times. Good times.
What's wrong with Poetic Justice? You think Poetic Justice is worse than the Chino brothers?
It's not cool. Like,
how is that not cool? That is the coolest name in the freaking. Well, hold on a sec. You think the Chino brothers is cool? Because I've never thought the Chino brothers is cool. I've always been like, well, that's what they call us. Dude, when we started this, I tried to change our name, and Adlai was like, nah, we're the Chino brothers, right? I'm like, we're the Oriental Brain Experiment. He's like, okay, what did we call ourselves? The Orient Express? I'm like, all right, this ain't gonna work. We're the Chino brothers.
Speaking of names, people always ask me where I got my name from all the time. And Sketch was the mastermind. I don't know if you remember this ad.
Yeah.
We were trying to come up with a name for me for on air, and we couldn't really come up with anything. And Sketch goes, "Wait, but aren't you pretty good at baseball? And you're supposed to get drafted?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, if you make it to the major leagues, man, don't you make some money?" I was like, "Yeah, they get paid pretty well." And he's like, "Man, we're gonna call you Earn Money." And then it would be Earn Money for like a week, and then next week it was Earn Pesos.
I remember that. I remember that one.
And then it would be that one. And then we'd be like, "What's up, Earn Yen?" And I was like, "What the hell?" And then one day, Sketch just goes, "What's up, Ern Dollaz?" And it was just, dude, that was the one. That was the one. So it could have been Earn Pesos, dude.
Ern Dollaz. So he gave you a great name. He just gave you and Dwayne a great name. Poetic Justice.
Dude, how dope is that? How dope
Live
is that
at
name?
Thirsty Thursdays. Poetic Justice.
That does not sound right, dude.
How are you out of your mind, dude? You think that sounds? You think Adlai? You earnestly think
Adlai
Chino
agrees
Brothers
with me.
is a good name? You earnestly think Chino Brothers is a good name?
I still remember when Dwayne gave it. He was right in front of the board. He's about to set us out with the CDs, and he did his little hand thing. I got a name for you guys. The Chino Brothers. And we're just like, we're Chino, I guess. Whatever.
What he said was, this is exactly what he said. He goes, "Hey, I'm going to call you guys the Chino Brothers. That's not too racist, is it?" And I was like, well, a little bit. And neither of us are Chinese. I was like, sure. And I was like, all right, never mind.
Just run with it. Run with it.
But you know,
because Adlai was
everybody.
He was the star at that time.
And
like Adlai had a full-time shift. I was a weekend overnight guy. So I was like, I can't argue with the guy. Okay, cool.
In the Hispanic community,
you
go, hey, we're going to the Chino store, which was the liquor store where the Asian person worked there.
That's true.
So it was kind of always the Chino thing, because if we were the half Thai and half Japanese boys, it would be it didn't really roll off the tongue as much. But the Chino Brothers,
the Chino Brothers hit perfect in the Hispanic like demo, like
in the 90s.
It kind of like it hit home. everyone has a cousin Chino or Uncle Chino.
Yeah.
You know,
Chinito,
hopefully
whatever.
not a cochino. You know what I mean?
Or yeah, that's all right.
That's
fans
what
only.
our fans are called, Ernie. If you're a Chino Brother fan, you're a cochinito. Like it's the Bieber and the Justin blah blah whatever.
Yeah.
See, and your guys will be called poets. That'll be your followers. They're called poets.
Poetic justice.
Street poets, dog. Yeah. Now I think about it, that is a whack name. Poetic justice. Let me come up with another one.
Yeah. It's got to be
Adlai,
something.
what do you got?
Yeah. What you got? What you got?
Let's see. I don't know. Menace to Society. That was another movie, right?
I know, bro,
No?
but yours is just as whack as mine. Poetic justice was good. Give them something corny like ours.
Dude, what if you just did Payback in Dollars? Payback in Dollars, live
Ooh.
Thirsty Thursdays.
That makes absolute sense.
sounds-
Payback in dollars.
Payback in Dollars.
Payback in dollars.
There we go.
Ooh, payback in dollars.
Payback
That's
in
your name.
pesos.
Payback in dollars.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna run with that. I like
Payback
it. I
in
like
dollars.
it.
Payback in dollars. All right, but you gotta have Dwayne sign
I
off
know.
on it. And I don't even know. That guy might be like, sketch. You talk to that jerk. I told you. Do not listen to that man. Did he try to sell you land? I told
Dude,
you're not selling.
You got to get him on.
Did he make a Papa
You got to
joke
get him
at
on,
me?
dude. He
Dude, we absolutely
he
want to get him
watches, he
on.
watches this all the time.
Does he really?
Does he
Yeah,
really?
dude. He's like, dude, I was laughing.
just like-
He's like, dude, I was laughing so hard listening to the Chino Brothers the other night. Yeah, dude.
This is just like when we were on the.
Chino Brothers. I love you,
Well, all right. Well,
Love
this
you.
is actually the first time we've actually talked about the origin of the name the Chino Brothers, and that's exactly what happened. Dwayne Chavez, which is now Ernie's DJ partner. So just in case we buried every part of the story because we've been just telling inside stories. Ernie works at a hip hop radio station, old school hip hop radio station, just like Adlai does. So Adlai works in Bakersfield at
Groove.
99.3, and Ernie works at 97.5.
The vibe.
The vibe in Tucson. So like both of these guys still are in radio, still doing radio stuff, which means that Ernie has a DJ partner. Like me and Adlai were DJ partners back when we were in radio, but his DJ partner is also a friend of ours who named us, and his name is Dwayne Chavez. So we don't talk a lot about Dwayne on the show. I don't know why we don't talk a lot about Dwayne on the show, because we've talked about everybody except Dwayne. But Dwayne was really gracious to us because when both of us were nothing, he was like, look, go out on the street and you guys could do call-ins. And I was like, man, that's extra airtime. Call-ins,
Yeah.
wow. And so we'd set up the Marty, we'd always go to the hood, be on the
Outside.
mic, boom, boom, boom. Stage diving off the
van.
Bus in the hood. Yeah, standing on top of the van, like just that like rah lifestyle. We're rock and rollers.
Yeah.
And that was it. But Dwayne afforded us that because he was up against Dub, and he was like, I'm going to make an army. You've got your weird whack army of kids that aren't really that hip. I got an army too. My army is Ern Dollaz, Freddie Strokes, and the Chino Brothers.
And Malik's.
And it was cool because
That's right.
because Freddie could, and Mally, but Freddie could do comedy, right?
God.
So Freddie would
Dude,
like
best
make
of
it
them.
funny.
Oh,
Yeah, and then Ernie was playing baseball, but then the Chino Brothers were ratchet on the street. It's like, we're what? And people would even call in like, oh, if you got the balls, come to Southside. And we're like, we're already there. Where? Kmart, the movie theater? Where you want us to be
Circle
at? Come on.
K.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, our station's in Southside, you idiot. But anyways, so Dwayne was like, I got to give you two a name, and the name he gave us was the Chino Brothers. And what really happened was, and it was just like Adlai said, I thought of a name, but he did say, I want to call you guys the Chino Brothers. Is that all right? At the time, me and Adlai were like, dude, if anybody could even hear of us, we don't care what you call us. You call us Farty and Joe, as long as I get to be Joe, we're straight, So we went out, we were the Chino Brothers, and that was the thing. But like being the Chino Brothers, it was weird because I don't think you and I ever thought of it as exclusive, but everybody else seemingly felt that way.
Yeah.
Do you think so, Ern?
Yeah. It was it was a presence, you know what I mean? That came with the name. Like you knew
And it was, and it was never meant as offensive. I never
No.
felt like it was offensive in any way. People like, hey, what's up, Chino Brothers? It was just kind of a thing. And
No, I just am making jokes about it being offensive.
Oh.
Like, come on, you guys. Let's
I
be honest
wondered,
with
I was like,
ourselves.
wait.
Like, have you seen my TikTok channel? Let's be honest with ourselves. No, but like I remember you and I in the van in front of my old apartment, and you'd moved out by then. and we had ribs left over from a record rep that taken us out to dinner. And I was like, I hate this life. And you're like, Sketch, do you know how many people want to be us? And I was like, I don't care. I don't care if they want to be me. I can't stand this life. Like, I was so miserable, like, just because we're always working. We were never not working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were getting paid squat. And realistically, I was an ungrateful person. But anyways, all that being said, what I didn't say to you was, you know, the two of us are an exclusive thing. We're the only two that'll actually get to be the Chino brothers. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
We're the Chino brothers. Like I never, like, I've thought about, yes, we're a club duo called the Chino brothers. And I've also thought about, yes, Adlai and I have both have collectively really cool lives. And then I also thought about, it's really neat that we've been friends this long, but I never thought about how interesting it was that we're the Chino brothers and no one else was the Chino brothers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Unique,
or no?
man. It's unique.
Yeah.
And it's still to this day, people still remember that in Tucson. I mean, that's
Good
that's even your fingerprint in the community, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
still
that's
run
crazy,
into
man.
I still run into old hot listeners from back in the day, and they're like, man, I remember, you know, the Chino brothers and Paco and Vicky and Speedy, and it's like, dude, they're bringing up good times. Beef Smith, you know, it's just dude, it was a good time, man. It was a good time in radio. I think it was good, man. That's why I'm glad you guys are doing this. It brings back a lot of great memories, you know, that it was just fun times, and thinking about it, I'm smiling about it. It makes me happy, you know, and I'm glad I got to spend a lot of time with you guys, man.
All right, let's wrap in like
Good
5, but
times.
I want to know something, Ern, from your perspective. How has radio changed from back when we were young to now when you guys are you know, tax-paying adults that, you know, do everything by the book?
Well, I think they rely more on research. I think Ad can attest to this. It's a lot of research driven, and it seems like a lot of radio has been really cookie cut. Like, you know, this is the way you got to do your talk breaks. Make sure you go in this direction. Make sure it sounds like this, and don't use these words. It sounds old. You don't want to sound like old school on air people. You know, it's a little different as far as that goes, but the business side is still the same. I mean, it's still, you know, we're still trying to drive revenue, and, you know, I work at a station where, you know, Kim FM is the country station, and that station does real well. So, you know, the Vibe station is kind of just there to protect Kim a little bit, you know, that kind of deal. So, you know, not as much pressure on revenue with the Vibe. As long as we're making some money, everyone's happy. But as far as the business side, it's still the same thing, man. You know, we're trying to create that revenue, be creative with certain promotions. The thing that's nice about where I'm at is a lot of these, you know, I'm fortunate enough to be in a station. We're playing music that I was breaking, you know, when it was brand new, and we're still playing it. So I didn't get to change, you know, genres of music. It's the same stuff I've always done. But a lot of these old school cats are still doing shows, and they come back, and it's just really cool to meet them and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, man. It's cool. Radio's changed a little bit, but not a whole lot. It's just now it's just less people, you know, like you have 4 jocks and they do weekends and full-time. There is no full-time and part-time anymore.
Yeah.
And everything's piped, or everything's you record your drops, and then
Yeah,
like it's not live.
yeah, we got multiple jocks at our station on Kim and K-Hit that they track in other markets, 55 other stations in the country.
Holy
You know?
cow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. So I mean, that's where radio is at now. So because people always ask you, Adlai, I don't know if they do to you, but they're like, hey, how do I get in radio? And I always go, you kind of missed the boat, man. It's kind of like, it's got no one's hiring a new talent anymore, dude. You know what I mean? It's just like, who can we get that's established and knows how to do this job, so we don't have to babysit them.
Well, we talked about that a couple episodes ago, because I was like, how's it changed? And Adlai was like, you know, there's no weekend overnight position. I'm like, then how do you cut your teeth? You know what I mean? Because like you got to cut your teeth on a weekend overnight position. You can suck, and if you suck, oh well, it is what it is. You had 4 listeners. Good for you that you met that nice young lady that was listening, and that's the only thing you're taking from radio because you're fired. Now let me put another person in, because there's 1,000 of them that want this job. I think also for me, it's dude, I said some wild stuff on the radio. You know what I mean? And like, I am like, well, and like, but I don't want someone to tell me I can't say wild stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like I could not do that. Like I can't, like here on the Chino Brothers, okay, it's family friendly, we don't cuss, so on and so forth, but that's our choice. You know what I mean? In whatever other facet of life I choose to be vulgar or cursing, you know, specifically if it's something I don't agree with and I want to make fun of, I kind of don't need someone telling me I can't do that. And that's the hard part for me with traditional media at this point.
Yeah. I mean, even during this past year, we were constantly getting emails from corporate and then forwarded from the PD. You know, hey, make sure we stick to the music and, you know, create a distraction from the reality that's happening and don't put your 2 cents in, you know, and I get it, you know, one slip up and one misunderstanding and
canceled.
You're no longer on the air, or you lose half your, you know, your listenership because someone maybe not agree with you. So it's tough, you know, it's the sense of humor is different. You gotta really think about what you're saying now. And I just kind of stick to, you know, what are we selling? What are we doing? And just try to stick to the positive energy and the vibe of that.
I mean, I'm not mad at you. It's just I like me personally, like I cannot do that. I'm awful at that. One day me and Adlai were doing show prep. He was on the phone with me. And like, remember, you know how sometimes I'll talk to you, Ern, I'll be on the phone, but I'm at the shop, so I got to deal with it. And if I'm like, let me deal with this customer, but I can keep you on.
Yeah.
So I kept Adlai on, and this lady was like, well, I thought that you would be a lot more explanatory to me. And I told her, I was like, look, I'm in a meeting. I'll sell you what you need. You know, I'll take care of everything. She's like, I thought you'd be much more explanatory. And I was like, don't ever shop here again. And Adlai was like, that was awesome. And I'm like, was it? He was like, dude, you just tell me. And like, bro, I'm never afraid of being canceled. Like, I'm always like, I will say exactly what I feel, and I'm not worried. Now, I won't do that to like jeopardize your guys' careers. You know what I mean? But like at the shop, dude, people have told me all the time, you know what's going to happen? And I'm like, nothing. That's what's going to happen. I provide an amazing service. I do kick-ass social media. I'm super nice to my customers. Nothing's going to happen to me. So go ahead and write that bad review, and I will have the next 5 people write good reviews and bury yours. Yeah. So go away. Like doing that thing where I got to tap dance in between the lines. I don't know how you guys do it. That is so effing hard.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like you and Adlai.
Well, I mean,
I just think a lot of it too it's just a lot of you just, well, I don't know if you worked for Mark Medina. I remember he was my PD back at Hot. I think Ern, you worked for him for a little bit too. Mm-hmm. And it got to everybody's very conservative because we just got bought by Clear Channel. So you're kind of like, okay, where's the edge? Where's the border? You know what I'm saying? Where's the line that I can't cross? So nobody knew. And he finally came up to me and was like, Adlai, dude, you're being too conservative.
Yeah.
Dude, let you do what you're going to do. Let me tell you when you've went too far. When you let me reel you back in. This is the 90s too.
Could you do TLB Slim today?
No, there's no way. There's no way you can do that right now. There's no way.
Funky Be Gone. That might be okay.
But it's funny though. You know what I mean? Don't we need to laugh? Yeah. I mean, it's funny. We all know it's a joke. All right, look, we're going way over. And you two got kids that are still awake. I'm on the East Coast, so my kids are asleep. But I don't want to hold everybody that's been watching so long. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I really do. I know that we talked a lot of inside stories. Adlai, I hope you got. Do you feel like you talked enough? Because I feel like I talked too much.
Dude, it's just either way, talking or observing is a lot of fun too, especially with Ern Dollaz. I mean, and Ern, I apologize, man. I know we'll text each other, hey man, hey, do this, and I'm all like, yeah, we'll chat, and then it just kind of you get busy. I get busy, and I suck at correspondence. I'll admit that too. But Mike said it the best. He's all, dude, even doing this is a great way just to connect.
Oh God, so much fun.
Yeah, and I think we really should, Mike. We should plan a trip to Tucson. I don't know when, but sometime. And just a visit, man. It'd be nice to see all those old spots, hang out with all those people and stuff too. Because Paco lives in Bakersfield, and we've been planning to do lunch since we had him on, and that was a month ago. So Paco, if you're watching, we got to do lunch for real.
Yeah, Pac, love you, man.
Yeah, we do.
Paco's my hero, bro. Seriously, that guy. This experience and this opportunity doesn't happen without Pac, taking a chance and I still talk to him, and he's amazing. And him and my pops had a really good friendship and a relationship, man. Yeah. And that means a lot to me. Yeah.
Very cool.
You know, Ern, I'm really glad you came on because you just told us how much you really appreciated us doing the show and like how many people that watch that watch the show that talk about the show. Because realistically, me and Adlai are always like, are we doing a weird Skype session with nobody else? What's going on around here? You know? But yeah, man, I mean, and like I really appreciate you coming on, man. And like, well, here's the thing, you guys, is that like we can do a rotation ad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can bring Malix back on and be like, all right, Malix. And then she's like, all right, Ern, you're fourth in the rotation. It's like, tell us when you're free again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because here's why. We've got 19 more hours of stories with these guys. Ernie hasn't even told us like, about when he got married. He hasn't told us about having a son. He didn't tell us, he hasn't told us about when his baseball career ended. Like there's so many stories that Ernie has that like we can dive into. So having him on again, and Malix the same way.
Yeah.
And same with Pac the same way, and same with Urbanic the same way. You know what I mean? And as we add guests, it's like you guys can be on our I don't know, Fight Club companions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be dope. Do you guys know what Fight Club companions
No
are?
idea.
It's when Joe Rogan puts, so everybody's watching. I like MMA, so you're watching the UFC, right?
Uh-huh.
And Rogan is doing a podcast while he's watching the UFC, but he's on there with Brendan Schaub, and he's on there with Brian Callen, and he's on there with Eddie Bravo, and Eddie Bravo is this insane conspiracy theorist. So they're watching the fight, right? And they'll be like, "Oh man, Gustav, he's got him in the clinch," and then Eddie Bravo just starts talking about UFOs and how Donald Trump's a robot, and like it's so dope. But yeah, dude, we should do a fight companion.
That'd be
Once
fun.
we're big enough, we should do a fight companion. Have all the people from Hot 98 or all our guests on while we watch a UFC event. I love the UFC. You guys got to get into it if you're not into it.
Yeah,
I let my kids watch it. Is that bad?
No,
No,
I mean, dude, it's like training, taekwondo.
My
You gotta stuff
daughter,
like that,
my daughter doesn't want to watch
It's
it.
kind of like
Dude, my
cockfighting.
son's a black belt. Yeah, you might be
Black
right, huh? Dude, my daughter told me this weekend she didn't want to see blood anymore, so that's why she hides whenever we watch fights.
Oh,
Dude, I got my wife into watching fights. Dude, I love watching fights. I can't help it. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, fight companion. But yeah, Ern, like I'm
down.
super glad you came on,
dude.
Yeah, I'm super glad you came on. We'll put you in the rotation.
I was
love
so
it.
happy.
I'm
I was so
totally down.
happy all day, man, knowing that I was going to be on. I mean,
Really?
yeah, I do, man.
Isn't that nice, Adlai?
I miss you guys, man. I do.
9 weeks of blowing us off. I mean,
Oh my god.
Well,
nah, I'm just
if I'm
kidding.
on right away, then it's gonna do horrible, and no one's gonna watch it. So I had to let the build up first.
Well, now we've got our camera work looking nicer, and we've got Adlai's internet works and stuff. So I wouldn't be like, oh my god, what I mean, blah blah blah. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, Ernie. Every week, Adlai be like, "So, did Razzo get back to you yet, or what?"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's true.
"Yeah, dude. I texted him."
Dude, it's been crazy, dude, with my son's all stars, man. But I got a little time now, so I'm happy to be here with you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Dude,
do
thank
it.
you for
Yes,
thank you
you
for lending
guys.
us that time. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
guys.
All
man.
right, guys. That's it, man. We'll talk to you next time. Thank you for watching the show. I hope it wasn't boring because we didn't
Had a
talk
blast.
about any famous stuff, but we had a good
Hell
time.
yeah.
Sorry.
Hell yeah.
Ern Dollaz is famous.
Chino Brothers, baby. Chino Brothers.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Clapper,
Twitch,
TikTok. If
Twitter.
we don't get kicked off of it.
All
right,
that stuff.
later.